The wedding was everything Chike had ever wanted, grand, elegant, and filled with love. He had spent months preparing for this day, ensuring everything was perfect for Amara, the woman he had chosen to spend his life with. Their love story was admired by many. Amara was beautiful, kind, and intelligent, an ideal wife in every way. As the guests left and the celebration ended, Chike eagerly awaited their wedding night. He had imagined this moment countless times, picturing the love and happiness they would share, but he never expected what was about to happen. Chike sat on the bed, watching as Amara hesitated near the dressing table. She was nervous, but so was he. He reached for her hand, pulling her gently toward him. "You don't have to be scared," he whispered. She smiled, though there was sadness in her eyes. That night, as they consummated their marriage, everything changed. When Chike saw that there was no blood, his heart sank. His mind raced with thoughts he didn't want to entertain. Amara noticed his sudden silence. "Chike? What's wrong?" she asked softly. But he couldn't answer. His upbringing had taught him that a pure bride would bleed on her wedding night. If Amara didn't, then had she lied to him? What was she hiding? He pulled away from her. "You didn't bleed." His voice was cold, distant. Amara's face paled. She understood what he meant. "Chike, please, let me explain." "Explain what?" he snapped. "That you've already been with someone else? That our marriage is built on a lie?" Tears filled her eyes, but she didn't argue. Instead, she turned away, as if expecting him to say worse. Chike felt a storm inside him. He loved Amara, but how could he ignore what had just happened? The next day, Chike barely spoke to Amara. His love was now mixed with doubt. Every time he looked at her, his mind replayed last night's events. Unable to keep his thoughts to himself, he met his best friend, Emeka. "I don't know what to do," Chike admitted. "She didn't bleed, Emeka. What does that mean?" Emeka frowned. "Maybe there's a medical reason. Not every woman bleeds on her first time, you know." Chike shook his head. "What if she lied to me? What if she had someone before me?" Emeka sighed. "If you're really that unsure, you can find out the truth." Chike hated the idea, but his doubts wouldn't let him rest. He decided to investigate Amara's past. Chike hired a private investigator to look into Amara's past. He knew it was wrong. She was his wife, and he should trust her. But the thought of betrayal was eating him alive. Days passed, and Amara sensed something was wrong. She tried to talk to Chike, but he avoided her. Then one evening, the investigator called. "Sir, I have the report. There's something you need to know." Chike's heart pounded as he took the file. He read through it, and his hands began to tremble. Amara had been in a serious accident years ago. She had undergone surgery, and the medical records confirmed that her body had changed due to the trauma. The surgery had affected her in a way that could explain why she didn't bleed on their wedding night. Chike felt a wave of guilt, but before he could process it, he noticed something else in the report, something shocking. The accident wasn't an accident. The investigator found evidence suggesting that someone had tried to harm Amara on purpose. The car that hit her was tampered with. Chike's stomach twisted as he read further. The person behind the accident was someone close to him, his own father, Chief Okafor. His father had paid someone to make it look like an accident. But why? Chike rushed home and confronted Amara. "Amara," he said urgently, "tell me about your accident. Who do you think was behind it?" She looked at him with surprise and fear. "Why are you asking this now?" "Because I know it wasn't an accident." Amara's hands trembled. She sat down and took a deep breath. "I never told you because I didn't want to ruin your relationship with your family." "Tell me the truth," Chike demanded. She hesitated before finally speaking. "Your father didn't want us to be together. I knew something about him, something that could destroy him. He tried to get rid of me before I could expose him." Chike's world crumbled. His own father had tried to kill the woman he loved, and because of that, she had gone through unimaginable pain. pain that had led to the very doubt that had broken their wedding night. Chike confronted his father, who didn't deny the truth. "I did what I had to do," Chief Okafor said coldly. "That girl could have ruined everything." "You almost killed her," Chike shouted. "You destroyed her life. And I doubted her because of you." His father smirked. "And yet you still needed proof before believing your own wife." Chike's heart sank. His father was right. Instead of trusting Amara, he had let his doubts poison his love. When he returned home, Amara was packing her bags. "Amara, please," he begged. "I was wrong. I should have trusted you." She wiped her tears. "Chike, I loved you. I wanted to spend my life with you. But the first time you faced doubt, you didn't stand by me. You investigated me like a criminal." He fell to his knees. "I'll make it up to you. I'll spend my whole life making it up to you." She shook her head. "I can't stay with someone who needed proof to trust me. But I won't let our child grow up in a home where love is tested by suspicion." With that, she left. His wife, his unborn child, and the love he had once taken for granted. He spent years trying to fix his mistakes, but some wounds never heal. Amara built a new life, raising their child away from the shadows of doubt and betrayal. And Chike? He spent his days haunted by a single question. What if he had just trusted the woman he loved?